Hit it.
That was amazing. Okay.
It's the Enterprise.
Boldly going where no man,
It's Voyager.
where no one has gone before.
Discovery.
Engage. Hit it.
Okay. Calm down. I'll take it from here. All right, everybody. Welcome to Trek Hub. We got an exciting show about Star Trek tonight. Some Star Trek news, rumors. This was actually a week that stuff happened, even apparently a trailer for Lower Decks. So we'll wrap it up with the trailer for Lower Decks just because that was the last thing I heard about. I had two other things ready. One of the things I'm really interested, I'll introduce my people here. Devin's here as always, my chief engineer. Counselor Alan of 10 Forward. How you doing, Alan?
Alan.
Oh, I still have it on just me. What a narcissist. There's Alan.
There he is.
Yeah.
Yep, I'm here. I'm excited to be here. Excited to listen to everyone's woes and troubles and triumphs and joys about Trek over the past week. So excited to be here. It's hard to talk about this news.
Devin needs to realize that I need to mute the alert button on his Telegram. He's trying to get me production notes and everything like that. We have some images that we want to break down. First thing that I was interested in, though, that I heard this week, and it actually came. So this is a rumor of a rumor of a rumor, but I still wanted to talk about it because it sounds like a fun idea. So my dad said that he saw something on Facebook or something that William Shatner would be willing to appear on Picard, but that he wouldn't want it to just be a cameo, that he would actually want a role to play. One of your favorite Star Trek movies that you said was Star Trek Generations.
Yes.
And in that movie, we leave Kirk off. He's dead.
Yep.
He's dead.
Spoiler alert. And he's
dead.
under a bunch of rocks. They made Picard did a little funeral for him. And that was the last that we saw of him. Now, Picard takes place roughly 35 years after that point.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to ask you is, did you ever read the Star Trek books or hear anything about Shatner's first contact?
No, I didn't. I read the one where he died. Which one was that? Where Kirk died in the book series.
I'm not sure about the books. I'm very bad at reading.
I read that book that, and I want to say Shatner wrote it, but I'm not quite sure.
Shatner did write some of them.
Okay, I think it's the one he wrote then. But that was years ago, so I don't remember much. Let's say it again.
Did it involve the Borg at all?
I don't remember. I don't think it did, but I don't remember much about it.
So his pitch for Star Trek First Contact, for the movie after Star Trek Generations, was that he wanted essentially to take the place of the Borg Queen, where we wouldn't have the Borg Queen as a character, and that in that role would be William Shatner, who would be James T. Kirk, whose body was assimilated by the Borg after Picard left him there on the planet where they did the Nexus thing. That's in a book, one of the books that Shatner wrote. And as soon as I heard that he was trying to get that involved, he wanted like a writer credit, and I think he even wanted to direct it for Star Trek First Contact, and that's what he wanted it to be. But they wouldn't let him do that, but they said that you can write the book. He wrote many Star Trek books. So as soon as I heard him say that he didn't just want to be a cameo, he wanted it to be like a meaty role, I immediately thought of that story and thought that he wants to be the villain. Like, he wants to be the villain of Picard season 2 or 3, wherever it may be. I rhymed there. But what would you think of that?
Nice.
Him being William Shatner, Kirk assimilated by the Borg. Borg Queen's gone, so who do the Borg listen to now?
I don't know that I like that. I think honestly, that would be a better fit for Data. If Data was that, I think that would be cooler, or two, or whichever one of the two. I think that would be a more interesting. I think if they want to bring back Kirk, or specifically Shatner playing Kirk, they're going to have to do some de-aging.
De-aging,
I think if Picard was having some flashback dream sequences, kind of going back to the Nexus thing, and Kirk could be a villainous, but kind of like in this dream state of Picard, Kirk could be the Q of this dream state world. I think that would be more interesting.
And I heard that like Rosario Dawson apparently was lobbying to play Q in Picard. I don't think there was anything like they offered her the role or anything, but she wanted to be Q. But I just thought of when you said the Nexus, that reminds me of when in Star Trek Generations, when Picard is in the Nexus, he sees Guinan in the Nexus.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
No, Guinan is not in the Nexus anymore. Outside of it, the Nexus it defies space and time. So if you're in it once, you're in it forever. Like that,
you're in it.
Non-corporeal form that's in the Nexus is always there. So maybe Picard actually goes back into the Nexus and talks with William Shatner, Kirk that way, and they have another horseback riding session before.
I don't think Shatner's getting on a horse right nowadays.
I don't know. He does not look as old as he is. Neither does Patrick Stewart. I mean, they're both. That was one of the things I always thought was interesting was that the age of the Next Generation. You think that they would go younger, but they didn't. They went about roughly the same age.
Roughly the same age. Roughly the same age.
So, Devin, what do you like out of those two? Would you rather see William Shatner, Captain Kirk, Borg King, or William Shatner, Captain Kirk in the Nexus or as a Q entity in like a one-off episode?
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Slow turn. I broke it.
It's great radio.
I'd probably prefer Nexus.
Nexus. You want the Nexus? Okay.
Live long and prosper.
So Evan wants the Nexus. That's two voices. That's two votes for the Nexus. I guess I'm the only one that wants Captain Kirk to be assimilated and
to the Borg.
The only thing about that is that if Captain Kirk did get assimilated, then that leaves potential for him to be disassimilated from the Borg, like Seven of Nine, like Hugh. But I don't think that. I think that way, if they did it that way, it would give us, because a lot of people have a problem with the way Kirk dies. My only problem is that I wish his sacrifice was more firsthand. Like, I wish it was more like him jumping in front of a phaser blast to save Picard, or like what Data's death was, blowing up the enemy weapon to save all of his friends, to save Starfleet, to save the world. And when, in Generations, he dies trying to like save the world, and then Picard still has to do the rest of the work. So that's all that I would, my reasoning for wanting like the Borg thing, just to see what that looks like, and just to give us a more another good ending for William Shatner's Captain Kirk. Now, you mentioned de-aging, and that's something that I'm curious about, because they have recasted original series characters with Captain Pike, Number One, Lieutenant Spock for Strange New Worlds. So if they bring in Kirk and then do a flashback, perhaps they may use that as an opportunity to show us the actor that's going to portray him on Strange New Worlds. Because
that's true. That's true.
We don't really know what Kirk was doing in the Prime timeline before he was captain of the Enterprise. I think we know that they say that he was captain of the Enterprise after Captain Pike. And on Discovery, we kind of see a glimpse of the future where Admiral Pike gets injured, and that's how he gets in the box that we see him in the cage in the original series. And what I was wondering is, do you think
we see him in the box in the episode Menagerie Parts 1 and 2?
Yes, that's true. And Menagerie Parts 1 and 2. Yes, Thank you. And they show clips from the cage. I didn't know that he had that much information about season 1 of Star Trek. But what do you think? Do you think that they will, in fact, use the de-aging, or do you think it might be an opportunity to introduce the new Kirk? Because they're not going to be using Chris Pine. That's Kelvin timeline.
Yeah, that's Kelvin's on. Going back to my whole Nexus thing, if Picard interacts possibly, or in Strange New Worlds, they kind of blend. He's talking to William Shatner's Kirk, and William Shatner's relaying information about the new Kirk, and we see that flashback, and it's that actor that's going to be in Strange New
Crossover
Worlds.
potential.
Yeah, that's a potential for there to make all these connective tissue. And, while we've got Shatner alive, might as well utilize him but make sure you make that bridge into a new actor portraying him so that the transition's easy and the transition's kind of passing of the torch kind of thing.
Yeah. So I think we're all on the same page as far as we want Kirk to be, we want William Shatner, we want Kirk in more Star Trek. Even though I love Generations, you like Generations, you love Generations, I want more. I always want more. I always wanted more from Data, even with his end Nemesis. I want more from all these characters. I want to see Worf. I'm still with you. What happened to Dr. Crusher? What's Dr. Crusher doing?
She
is she
come
Captain
back.
Crusher? Did her and Picard get married? What happened
Is she
there?
dead?
Is she dead?
Is she dead?
That would.
She got to be somewhere.
No, Alan, if Beverly is dead, I don't think I could take that.
I don't think I wouldn't be. I want to at least see her, retirement, or maybe she got sick of Starfleet or wherever it was, and she's doing something with Picard or not. At least we get us something, just a something.
Even
just one quick scene, whatever it is.
Yeah, I think it's intentional because I'm not sure if you saw season 1 of Picard, but they do not mention her.
I'm through 3 episodes so far.
Yeah, so they don't mention her in season 1. They mention, I think in the first 2 or 3 episodes, one of the Romulans on Chateau Picard mentions that he contact Worf or LaForge. So we know they're still kicking.
They're coming on for the series.
Yeah, and apparently Worf was captain of the Enterprise according to a comic book. After
that's right. Wow.
After Picard left, which is a little bit concerning because in Captain Worf, there you go. But
nice.
Deep Space Nine, Sisko says you will never receive a captain's command because you chose to save Jadzia instead of following through with your mission.
Right.
So maybe that's because Jadzia died. He didn't have anything that was going to hold him back anymore. But it's just one of those things. And I'm not sure. Maybe we'll see Captain LaForge. But these are characters I want to see. They have already announced Will Wheaton. What was that, Dev? What do you?
Jadzia is not in Sto-vo-kor.
Jadzia is not in Sto-vo-kor, no. Sto-vo-kor is where the honored die in the Klingon religion. And the dishonored go to Grethor. And if your wife is a Trill, she just gets transported into a much younger Trill. And there are always benefits and downfalls of that. So they did announce Will Wheaton, but not Gates McFadden would be coming back. So that concerns me even more for Beverly, that Picard's going to talk to Wesley, but it's not Wesley and Beverly. It's just Wesley, who apparently I learned from a deleted scene was serving aboard the Titan with Captain Riker and Commander Troy. So, yeah. So what do you think of those characters coming back? Will Wheaton coming back as Ensign, Lieutenant Crusher, whatever he is now.
I'd love to see him. Just again, if it's a couple episodes he's doing, or if it's just one, just as long as we know, hey, this is what's going on with him, with this character, and the same with all the characters. Just a scene, even if it's an audio, even if it's just a recording, it would be good just to get some kind of closure on a couple of the characters. If they've got a bigger role to play, so be it, as long as it makes sense and it's interesting storytelling. But to have any kind of closure would be nice. And I'm sure those actors would appreciate that residual check.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I keep saying that. LeVar Burton, I haven't seen him doing anything in a long time. I mean, give him the work, I'm sure.
Right? Give him something.
And he's one of those Star Trek actors that also directs.
Yeah.
LeVar Burton has directed a lot of Star Trek over the years.
Mm.
So we can see him in that aspect as well. Jonathan Frakes definitely directing a lot
He's
of
directed
episodes for Discovery and Picard, and now soon to be Strange New Worlds.
Mm-hmm.
So anything about like that, the William Shatner, it would be interesting if they did do like a de-aging thing. That if I would love to see George Takei. George Takei is still with us, so
he's still with us. He's still very vocal.
Walter Koenig still?
Who?
Walter Koenig.
Scotty, right? Or Chekhov? I'm not sure what the actor's name.
Chekhov.
Chekhov. I'm not sure.
Doohan with Scotty.
Yeah,
I believe he's still. I don't know. You know, that's a good question.
Okay, Devin, researcher, do it. Look it up. He's the one with the smartphone there.
Boot it up. All
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, anybody who's alive, that's what I've been saying about Voyager too. I'd love to see Chakotay since like 7 of 9. We got 7 of 9 last we checked.
Got her back. Yeah.
There was a timeline that they had changed on Voyager where 7 of 9 and Chakotay got married, and then Chakotay and 7 of 9 both died tragically, but they changed that storyline. They told us that we'd be getting Robert Picardo, the doctor, the hologram doctor from Voyager. Definitely an interesting character. I think he's in her back pocket, to be honest. Like, I think she's just carrying him around, and when somebody gets critically injured that they need the doctor's help,
pops him out.
Like, please state the nature of your medical emergency. Were you a big fan of Voyager, or is that one that you didn't get as much into?
I didn't really. I saw it all, but I really wasn't into it. That's one that I would be watching episodes while I was doing something else. You know?
7 of 9 was definitely like we were talking last night. She's the face of that.
Yeah.
Even though she's not on for 4 seasons, but she gets more character development than anybody else. Yeah. And some Deep Space Nine characters. I mean, we could see like the return of Captain Sisko after his whatever Nexus he was in. I mean,
whatever thing he was in.
It was very confusing with that. Like, he fell into fire and then was non-corporeal wormhole alien.
Right?
Yeah. We could see Captain Kira or Kai Kira. Maybe she's still running Deep Space Nine.
Maybe.
I want to see Captain Nog. I want to see Nog, the Ferengi that was.
Yeah, Ferengi.
Anybody from Deep Space Nine that you'd really like to? Maybe there's a new Dax.
No, other than Sisko. I mean, I think that's basically it. I mean, again, all those characters. You know, if there's a mention here or there or one quick scene, that would be all right. Nobody that I want to see play a pivotal role. Only because I think the characters that we really want to see, they're putting back like 7 of 9 for Picard and creating new interesting ones, which is always a positive.
So I'll ask you, 3 episodes into Picard, who are your favorite of the new characters?
Of the new people?
Yeah. I know you probably haven't gotten much of them right now, but I mean,
because
you've seen a little bit. That's enough for a taste.
It's enough for a taste. The only problem is the only person that, I mean, I don't want to say it's a detriment, but because Patrick Stewart is so damn riveting, you know what I mean? It just everything revolves around him. So everybody is ancillary to him.
And they didn't even really end of episode 3. That's when they really get.
That's when they get supposedly, So so I'm not really. I mean, they're all just kind of okay. They're helping tell his story, and so they're all secondary characters. But nobody that I thought, oh, I'm interested. I'm more interested about this, but I'm only interested right now in how it relates to this Picard's story, Picard's role.
You can spoil like
Why,
what the
you know?
plot of it is. Like anybody who's watching this
Yeah.
show, I think has seen it. So, Data's daughter, that storyline. What
Yeah,
did you think? Of
yeah.
that?
I mean, once you get past the whole Data's daughter, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? That
Daughter
whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, name only. I don't know. I mean, it's intriguing. I was definitely okay. I want to see the next one. I want to see the next one. I want to see the next one. But nothing where I don't remember having the same, the first few episodes of Next Generation. You want to know about everybody.
Mhm.
Because they're so interesting. And again,
Yeah.
that's not quite being fair because that was the first new Star Trek we had in a long time when it started, and
It's
we
more
got
pretty
Discovery,
fun.
we've got other things exactly. So I and I don't know, and I can't compare it to the Kelvin the films
No,
because those are characters we already knew.
exactly.
It was new versions of them,
it
but it was
moves
still
slow.
the same names.
Like so it's the end of episode 3. He just said engage. Like they just went into
Yeah.
space just now. So like that was since that point up to that point. I remember at episode 3, like that last scene where he says engage
Finally
and then
goes,
fades
yeah.
into the Next Generation theme. I was giddy at that point, and anything that they did from that point on really excited me. So you've got a lot to see, but
Yeah,
like,
I got it.
it goes up. What do you think about the super English Romulan?
Super English
That guy
Romulan.
is so freaking British. Like
That's a very, very good way to put it.
I'm not even saying it's bad. I mean, he looks very Game of Thrones. Like he looks very
well pulled out of something else, and but a Romulan, because we've all had our preconceived notions of Romulans because we've seen so many throughout all the series. But you just think British. No, this is a British person. This is a British guy. This is a British thing. Why is he trying to, why? Why so British, I guess.
Yeah, why so British?
Why so British?
And Narek, that's the name of the character. And there's on the Borg cube. Do you think does that stuff interest you? Because for me, I think they spent too much time on.
They spent too much time on it.
Soji's work life.
And it was like, okay, yeah, great. I wasn't really as invested. Just kind of, all right, okay, cool, yeah, great.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing, and that's why nothing. No new character jumps out at me and goes, "Oh,
Yeah.
I have to know more about this person."
exactly. You'll get more of that as the show goes on. Like I really ended up really enjoying the crew. I love Rafi. I think Rafi's just an interesting character. She's hardcore. Well, we've never really seen somebody that hardcore in Star Trek that just like she drinks heavily. She's doing like she's got a vape pen.
Yeah.
And it's funny because like that is not what we had in the Next Generation. Like people would question that.
It kind of threw me off a little bit.
But I want to. Devin gave me these pictures of the lower decks that were released today. If you want to look through those.
Well, some of them have been around for a while,
really?
but I'm not sure if you've seen them all.
Hold on 1 second, guys.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna mute. I'm mute.
All right.
Okay. So let me pull these up. And let's get this.
So I saw that on Friday. Let me check the
Wait.
date that it was.
He's on the phone. He could hear you. He was in
All
he
right.
took his headphone out though. Well, you saw this one on Friday.
Yeah, let me check when they actually sent it through.
Okay.
Okay. July 2nd.
July.
So it's been a few days.
Okay.
But the trailer is today.
Trailer is today. Okay. So we'll watch the trailer in a few minutes, and we'll get used to zooming in and out of this. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Enlarge it.
Enhance.
Enhance. Yeah, zoom and enhance. So yeah, we'll just we'll take a short break while Alan's on the phone, and you can just look at the Trek Hub opening, and we'll get back to you in a few.
Boldly going where no man, where no one has gone before. Engage! Hit it.
Remember that time that 7 of 9 fought the Rock?
Boldly going where no man,
Yeah, we weren't on.
where no one has gone before.
Yeah, I'm gonna clip that out. And,
Engage!
I'm gonna like clip that last night and then put it on the channel, like as like an individual piece.
Hit it.
So I can't, for everybody watching, I can take credit for some of the editing in this opening. But that cool transition between the Enterprises, that
Between
was
the Enterprise,
yeah.
Enterprise, and the Enterprise.
that was the season finale of the series finale of Star Trek Enterprise, which did that naturally. And then I kind of just fit the Voyager and Enterprise going into the left and the right. Yeah.
Hit it.
There should be like a thing that says like "We'll be right back."
We'll be right back.
I think actually we could type it in the names. That's what I'll do. Oh no, I don't think I can change it now.
Boldly
yeah, I can.
going where no man, where
There
no
we go.
one has gone before. Engage! Hit it.
We'll be right back. Very basic. So yeah, this gives the people some like just off-air banter. What do you think of? I want to know. Maybe people have suggestions of what we can topics. I'm good at
Boldly going
doing
where no
shows.
man
Oh, good. Alan's back. Okay, hold on, Alan.
has gone
Hello.
Yeah, I'm back. You can hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We were just
So
playing.
sorry, guys.
Oh no, don't worry about it. This is very loose here. We're not too serious. I mean, this is a ship run by Captain Pike, so he's
That's
a cool
true.
captain. He's just
He's
out here.
he's laid back.
Let's explore the stars and maybe have some fun along the way.
There you go.
He's cool.
All right.
So I was gonna pull up these pictures for the
Yeah,
animated.
let's do it.
Interesting design for the ship, and I'll be pulling that up now. And there we
There
go.
it
I'll
is.
just there we go. Yeah. So let's pull this into full screen. Yeah. So that's our ship. Devin,
Full screen.
do we have a name for this ship?
Not that I know of.
Not that you know of. Okay. But I'm looking at this ship design. I mean, it's clearly a Starfleet vessel.
Mhm.
You got the saucer section here.
And it looks like the lower is much lower. So the
Yeah.
basically
they're
instead of trailing behind, maybe it trails behind a little bit, but it goes directly below.
What concerns me about this is that, and I see this section right here on the saucer, and I didn't realize that before. It makes me think that no, it doesn't look
It
like the saucer
releases.
section could separate because of the way that these supports are
Are
attached.
attached.
This
Oh,
comes out of,
I'm sure it could.
maybe, but
Because we never thought the saucer section could detach until we
Yeah.
saw it in the movie.
yeah. And then the right here, there's the deflector dish, and that's usually where like engineering is,
Yeah.
warp core stuff like that. Sometimes engineering is over in this section, but what concerns me there is that looks like an occupied portion of the ship,
Mhm.
and there's just the saucer section there. What do you do if there's like a crisis in this section of the ship and then it's over here? Devin mentioned that there's some Romulan vessels that kind of have it sectioned off, but those are Romulans. They are so
Yeah.
paranoid that they would have a sectioned off section of the ship and just blast everybody out of an airlock, and then not have to worry about the other half of the ship. But that's one of the things that interests me about this. The uniforms kind of look like something that was on Star Trek Online video game. So we got Ensign Mariner, Ensign Boomer, Ensign Tendi, Ensign Rutherford.
Rutherford.
So these
Rutherford.
are the voyages of these assholes.
Who have
And-
very modern hairdos.
Yeah, does he
Well-
have red hair? Or is that just one of those things where it's
The
the animation style and reflecting?
black.
Yeah, it might be a reflection thing because the guy with the Supreme Geordie thing has purple hair. It looks like
This guy's like from the Dominion or something.
Rutherford, yeah. And then the green one.
Yeah, pull up a few of the other images.
I'll pull up some of the other ones. Yeah. So we got this.
Oh, there
one.
we go.
Ooh,
Okay, so that's the
They look
senior
rough.
officers. Those are the senior officers.
oof.
Oh, I like this mad cat. Look at this cat.
That's the doctor.
As the doctor, as the cat. Is that okay? Hold on. Is that a female cat? Are we seeing
Feline
breasts?
that's actually Spot. They mutated him, and now he's a doctor on a starship.
Nice.
It's Data's cat,
That
Spot.
is a female.
That is a female cat.
You remember Data's cat, Spot?
Yeah, that's right.
There's an
All
image.
grown up.
Spot's all grown up and mutated.
There he is. Is this the captain here with the 5 o'clock shadow?
Freeman.
Well, you know what that is? That's basically this The
Girl-
Walking
girl.
Dead cast.
That's
Yes,
a
The
woman.
Walking Dead cast. That's Michonne, and we got Rick Grimes
Oh
over
yeah,
here.
Rick and Michonne. Yeah, there you go. And
There we
then,
go. And then we got Coyote from Gargoyles from the pack.
I was thinking maybe like Ron Perlman or like
Okay. so
Sam
that
Elliott, but
is-
large.
Lieutenant Shax is the big one.
Shax. Aren't those butt cows that Anakin was riding in Attack of the Clones? Those are the Shax. They were in the Clone Wars.
The one
Better
with
left
Clive
unsaid.
Barker is Commander Ransom.
Commander Ransom.
With the,
Commander
the
Ransom.
Are we gonna hold him for ransom?
Maybe. They look pretty angry. Which would
All right,
be kind of fun that they looked a little serious, a little angry, while the lower deck crew are having a good time.
So, Devin, do you know the mission? Like, what is the purpose of this vessel? What is this vessel's mission? Is it stated anywhere? Devin doing all of the research.
Yeah.
All the research today.
Don't have anything
what
on
he's good
that
at.
unless it's in the trailer, which we haven't watched yet.
That's true. It could all be in the trailer, baby. We should watch
Okay,
it.
so
There was another image that I sent you.
Oh, one more image.
okay, Devin wants us to show this image.
Make it
Devin's
so.
calling the shots right now.
Yeah, he is.
It's
It's good.
detail.
Well,
Chief
that's why I
engineer,
asked
baby.
information. When he has
Rolling in
information,
control.
that's when he talks the most.
That's
so
right.
you're the news guy now.
News guy.
Oh wow!
Oh, I like this image. Oh, look at that. Dude
That guy-
ripped his shirt. He's ready. That's a battle
It-
sequence right there. What's happening?
Kirk would rip his shirt a lot in the original series.
That's true.
We
And
can
look at the
also
cat
see-
covered with something. They're all covered with something.
But
Is that
you can
black
see
blood?
That's tar or something. I don't know.
Oh,
tar.
that girl in the
Considering
back is new, right?
One
She's
in
got
yellow
spots on her
has
face.
I have not seen her before.
Is that a trill? The spots are more like red,
I
or
don't know.
she looks like she's got
So, if you,
space sickness.
Space sickness.
Space
Space
herpes.
pops.
I wouldn't go that far.
a little bit.
Pull out. Jesus Christ!
You see the two ladies there. The ensign is copying the captain.
The
Yeah,
ensign.
exactly.
Showing
Exactly.
Is that-
Movement
is that her
and
mother?
everything.
I don't know.
They look very similar. I'm not saying
Ooh,
that because they're
maybe.
both the same color,
I was,
but they look similar.
Maybe relation.
Models. Could there be a relation? Could there be a secret relation? Could that be Data's daughter?
No more.
You know what I was thinking was, have they given the cat? What's the captain's name?
Captain Freeman.
Captain
He was in
Freeman.
that
Okay, you
previous
did say
photo
that.
we were looking for.
You know,
Looking
I feel like that might be a missed opportunity. One thing that I would have liked to see, and we were just talking about characters we'd like to come back. What if after Cisco's whatever happened to him, what if his wife became a Starfleet captain? Because remember, she was
Shoot,
she
yeah.
was a salvage yard captain. She was like a salvage ship.
the doctor in Orville.
The doctor. She's the doctor in the Orville. Yes. Penny Johnson. Yeah, Penny
Yeah.
Johnson Gerald. Now that's her husband's name. I don't know if her name's still there. Actresses' names change. They fluctuate repeatedly. But do you want to get to this trailer? We can put this
Yeah,
trailer
let's
on.
do it. Let's do the trailer. I'm excited.
I haven't seen this trailer yet, so
This will be the first time for all of us, right?
Didn't
Yeah,
know about it until 38 minutes ago.
yeah,
There you
I guess
go.
we picked a good time to do this show tonight. Wow. Talk about unprepared. Where is it?
It's all right.
It's pulling up. See, the hardest part of this is getting like the technology set up. We got that. We have the technology. We can rebuild them.
Nice.
Were you ever
nice.
a fan of the $6 million man? Was that it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the volume mixer needs to unmute Chrome so that we can hear the trailer. Okay. So I'm gonna change it, and then. All right, Alan, we're gonna get your first-hand reactions. That's what I got to start doing is running the soundboard and running that on like a different computer so that we can get our reactions when we pull videos.
All right.
Captain's log. Stardate 57436.2.
It's always point two. You ever realize that?
It's a delicate, high-stakes operation of diplomacy.
USS
One
Cerberus.
must be ready for anything.
Are you pretending to do a captain's log?
Nah, fart. I was trying to turn off the mic.
Okay, let me listen to it.
No, go away. Leave me
I
alone.
can't believe you're
No,
wasting
no.
your shore leave on this. Whoa. This is the greatest ship I've ever seen! Hey, you! Green girl! Hold this! Don't pass out! Sorry. I'm good at exploring strange new worlds and solving space mysteries. Let's see what I got assigned. Holodeck waste removal.
That's Klingon prison stuff.
Ensign, do you see a captain's chair in your future?
I hope so, ma'am. Hey, if I part my hair like this, do I look more promotable or less?
The Cerritos might be falling apart, but that's our job to keep it together.
You
I'm bored.
are a natural born warrior.
Okie dokie. And we're here?
No, we're actually way down here.
Oh, nice
Moving lower
schematic.
decks. Next.
My senior staff are always up for a challenge.
It's interesting. It looks very next generation
That's what I'm
time
talking
period.
about. Yeah.
They've got like the Lacars set
It's
up on the
better down here
monitors.
where the real action is. We're gonna surf side by side. An elite team. We're not really elite. We're more like the cool, scrappy underdogs.
We are so getting fired for this.
Attention all decks! Lives are at stake, but our crew is ready and focused.
Ooh, this is the new shuttle with the blast shield. The blast
Stop it.
shield,
No,
it's the
it
blast
works.
shield.
Yeah.
Come down, the blast shield.
Oh my!
We live on a spaceship. Nobody is dying from a spear
Oh
wound.
no, not a bullion.
And
They
then
killed the
you
bullion.
got this.
Space, the funnest frontier? Long-range sensors have located a very sexy...
Jesus Christ!
Notice this.
So is that blurred for the benefit of the trailer? Are we
Probably.
gonna see Dink in this show? 'Cause
Calm down. It's set to. It was set to stun.
good God, man!
It was set
Oh God,
That looks
so,
awesome.
So when I heard
the Rick
that
and Morty
it
people.
was the Rick and Morty people, I thought like it was one of those things that they were just getting because the Russo brothers, like they at first were not considered action directors, and they
Yeah.
were picked up Winter Soldier and Civil War, and they
Mhm.
showed that they could do action. So when I heard it was the Rick and Morty people, I'm like, okay, well maybe they're just trying to get the best names in animation right now. They're just trying to get the biggest names in animation right now, and that the tone might be more in line with Star Trek. Does not seem that way. This seems like
No.
it's going to be an adult cartoon.
Adult Swim
Um,
kind of thing that is going to
yeah.
be, Trek related. So I think this looks great. I'm excited about this. This one,
Excited about it.
I'm excited about this one. That looked got a lot of fun.
I'm sure you are.
The Rick and Morty people have another space-based show that I already saw a trailer for. I'm trying to remember what the title was. It was something like Worlds Apart, or I don't know.
Oh yeah, you're right. Something like that.
An alien family coming to Earth and blending in.
Mm-hmm. Trying to blend in. But they
Dude,
don't try to blend in because they look very alien, and they're still trying to, do
movie
Earthbound things. Yeah. But I think I'm gonna like that ensign character, the main one, the female one. She seems like the goofball, man. But
she had a fingertip to kill.
Right? She gonna blast him.
So, my first reaction is concern.
Concerned. Why are you concerned, Devin? Why you, Vicky? Why are you concerned?
So uncivilized.
That's it. That's your concern. That's your concern.
It's the worst of Starfleet.
That's
the point.
It's definitely the worst of Starfleet. This I haven't sent you the link to that Tribbles short trek. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Oh, that's right. I haven't seen it yet.
That the reason I liked that was because it's still that still felt like Star Trek. It was done more comedically, and they were these were the uniforms they had on that ship, and that was a science vessel, and like Captain Pike even says in that, it's like, it's not going to be the Enterprise. Not everybody's going to be up to your level. And that was the Rosa Salazar played the captain in that. So we may see her in Strange New Worlds. Alita Battle Angel. Yeah. Big Eyes, Alita Battle Angel. Yeah. So that
Big Eyes was a different movie.
No, I mean Elite.
Nice.
Good God, man.
Good God, man.
So yeah, I don't that was another thing. I was gonna ask Dev if he knows if there's a rating on this, or because it's a streaming service, they don't have to give it a rating. It looks kind of like what DC was doing with the Harley Quinn.
With the Harley Quinn show,
series. Yeah. So definitely for a more mature audience.
Watching that.
Maybe. I feel weird about that too. I'm not the biggest animation guy. I will fully admit that. The animation that I gravitate towards is when the story is so good that I don't realize that I'm watching a cartoon.
Animation.
I think the Spider-Verse, Clone Wars, the series finale of Clone Wars, that was just good Star Wars to me. I wouldn't call this good Star Trek, but it depends. I'll definitely watch it.
Yeah, it could run the risk of being too goofy and not taking itself seriously enough that small doses, I don't know that I want to watch more than 3 episodes. But it could, it could turn around to where, okay, you get invested because you like the character so much. And right off the bat, just from this trailer, I already appreciated 2 characters quite a bit. So I think, it'll definitely, the first couple episodes will definitely prove whether to stick with it or not. But so far, it makes me want to watch them. I'll definitely give it at least 2 episodes.
It's bringing Star Trek to a new audience. So an audience that might not watch Star Trek, that watches Rick and Morty, that may see this and then go to watch other Star Trek and either be surprised pleasantly or not so pleasantly. But we're definitely in a resurgence of Star Trek right now. I like that it's on CBS All Access. I like the aesthetic that it had the Lacars set up and everything like this. I don't know exactly when the year takes place. Devin pointed out that different ships have different uniforms. I was looking on eBay this week. They do have those uniforms for sale. So if it ends up being a show that we like, maybe we'll get those uniforms. But it's the color scheme of Next Generation, and the background, the
Lacars from Next Generation.
The interior design looked a lot like what Next Generation was.
Yeah.
But those were what I had. For this, there was the lower decks. There was the ship. We saw the ship design.
I like the ships. I like seeing the ship in the trailer because now we get to see it move. It makes it a lot more realistic. A lot more. I can see it moving through space. I would definitely want one. A small one. That would be cool.
That's a model.
I like being able to see it move.
And the nacelles. I always try to go back to this because there was one episode of Next Generation where they said they can't go past warp 5 anymore because it was creating barriers in subspace, and then Voyager just fixed that off camera.
Yep.
So I'm looking at the nacelles and trying to see if those nacelles are maybe that's why the main hull is separated from the rest
the
of the
actual
section. Maybe it's something to do with the warp field. I mean, I'm not Geordie LaForge. Don't run engineering. That's more his department. But yeah, I'll definitely watch it, and I'm looking forward to it. It seems like we're gonna get that before we get any more Star Trek Discovery.
Yeah, there's Discovery.
The date that they gave for this was August 6th.
Yeah, August 6th. So they're giving us
August
an actual date. And Discovery, they're still just saying mid 2020 when originally it was supposed to be like February. So they must want to do some reshoots. Is what I'm thinking of that.
Yeah.
The tagline of "Rarely going where no one has gone before."
Rarely. Okay.
Rarely going.
But that tells me that it's not original. Like you're not going where no one has gone before. We're going where people have done. I just don't want it to be too Rick and Morty. Like that's my biggest concern, because sometimes I'll watch Rick and Morty and just be like, what are we doing?
So Rick and Morty, they're making it up as they go. This one has stuff that they can pull from. They already have hard science, like hard sci-fi.
Mhm.
So this will actually be a bit more grounded. It'll be more familiar to you.
Did you ever see those little clip outs from the Star Wars detours?
Oh yeah,
It was before the Disney purchase. Seth Green was going to do it, and they said it was. This reminds me of that, and the reason Disney, they're like sitting on it. They had apparently like 15 episodes or 12 episodes. I'm not sure of the number, but there were episodes that were already finished and made that it's kind of like the Boba Fett video game where they kind of just cut the head off.
Sat on
Like,
it.
nope,
Yep.
stop right now. We don't want to do this with the brand. We're kind of going to be a little bit more controlled with the brand. Star Trek seems like it's not as they're not trying to be as strict with their IP. They're what do the fans want? Okay, this is what the fans want. Give it to them. This is what other fans want. Give it to them. This is what other fans want. Give it to them. And it kind of reminds me of what DC is doing right now with Batman. Is that by 5 years from now, there's going to be a Batman for everyone. So there's going to be 5 different Batman things going on at once. Like we have Joker 2, we have the Bob Pattinson Batman, we got the Michael Keaton Batman coming back in some capacity at some point, and now they're saying stuff about Ben Affleck returning for HBO Max Batman. They're doing Batman, I think, on Batwoman. But there's a lot of stuff there. That's a podcast for a different day. But we covered a lot of Star Trek today. I'm satisfied with the news that we covered. I like having news to cover. It's good that they're releasing things.
Exactly.
And we'll cover the Lower Decks when it comes out.
So I just noticed something.
Devin has a report.
Let me check through a little bit of stuff. So I noticed on the poster that there were like...
Should I pull it back up?
Lines of as if it was folded up.
It was folded, yeah. Somebody scanned that.
I wasn't sure if that was... so I'm checking.
I'll pull it up again.
I'm not sure if that was an actual scan or if it was put in just to evoke something.
I think they took a picture of the phone. So it seems like the trailer was released as part of some sort of CBS All Access or science fiction thing. One of those online conventions. I'm sure it wasn't in person. But it definitely looks like somebody was handed this, folded it up.
Oh yeah, because there's folded. Yeah, exactly.
And then just scanned it through their printer scanner. Yes. So it's something that they handed out. It's promotional material. That's how you know it's real.
Hold up. It's like that on the StarTrek.com website. That's the official image.
Oh, so it's made to look like that then.
I don't know. Maybe. So all I can think of is that it was something that somebody had and leaked out, and that they didn't already have that picture on the computer, and they just kept using.
Got the exact fold lines.
The same fold
lines.
Oh,
yeah, I think what that is probably is the whole playing on nostalgia thing. Star Trek relies heavily on playing on nostalgia. So this show, you've got a lot of the characters in red shirts. You've got on a traditional looking inside of the ship with phasers and all these things. And so it's supposed to be kind of not a satire, but having fun with it. So, what's the most highly marketed, not highly marketed shows, but the shows that are most watched? Stranger Things was the biggest one with the last few years. And that was all about nostalgia. So having this image be a poster, a folded up poster, that's just a clever way of kind of putting that nostalgia in there in people's minds with them not even really noticing it. That's pretty clever, I think, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, well, honestly, I didn't even notice it. I saw it, but
catch.
I automatically just thought that it was a leaked, a leaked image.
Yeah.
It wasn't like an official thing that people had sent out yet. Devin's trying to send me the other poster, and I'll pull that up. Yeah, here we go.
I think that's pretty clever.
Yeah, the other one has the same lines on it too. That's
That's a good clever marketing.
Yeah, it might be like a viral marketing thing. So you have the thoughts there too. Huh. Fascinating.
That's cool.
Oh, okay. So maybe it shows them on the holodeck there. Maybe this could be like the grid on the holodeck.
Maybe
because it shows them right there with the grid on the holodeck. Maybe I don't know. Maybe there'll be something
look like folds. There's mountain folds and valley folds showing the.
And Devin, what is this? Why did you send me this? This is in no way.
That was sent on
possible crossover with Star Wars.
That was sent on April 1st.
Nice.
That's illogical.
Never gonna happen.
Illogical.
All right, guys. That was our Star Trek show for this week.
Awesome.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us, Alan. Alan, where can people find you?
You can find me all over. You can find me hopefully on more episodes of this. Over on After Dark. We're always interviewing interesting people. We got another interesting, fascinating Schmoedown person next week. And then on the Nerd Fights, the Nerd Fight Title Championship match is coming soon. Be watching for that.
Yeah, and I think we can find you on some trivia matches as well.
Doing poorly on a couple of them, I'll tell you that.
Yes. And Devin wants me to show a picture.
I already sent those.
Yeah, you sent that one. Yeah, okay. So we'll just do this, and then I'll sign off. Devin wants to show us a picture with lady with Ensign Mariner with a batleth.
With the batleth.
I think they did show the batleth in the trailer.
I can't remember, but yeah, cool.
But yeah, I can't remember. Devin, where can people not find you?
What was my name on RuneScape?
RuneScape, jeez.
Jesus, that was great.
Find him on RuneScape. Find me here and on TMG After Dark. Watch last night's episode. It was pretty crazy with the Barbarian. I did a commentary on 7 of 9 versus The Rock, and I'll clip that out and put it on here, as well as Representative Binks giving a speech from Hamilton. That was Devin's doing. But
it was the first song from the play.
All right. Thank you for joining us here on Trek Hub, and till next time, good night. No, that's not what I wanted to do. Live long and prosper.
That's not what I wanted to do.
That's what I wanted to do. I realize I can't hit the sound button, the live long and prosper button, without having to minimize this. So it's like, I gotta get like another capture card to get this more, but I think we do pretty good. Bye.
Engage.
Engage.